So the goals of the expeditions are to tag scalloped hammerhead sharks and take biopsy samples of manta rays, scalloped hammerhead sharks, and a couple of other species.
So today we did a biopsy of a manta ray. We were hoping that we'd be able to do hammerhead tagging here, but we just had mantas coming at us from every direction, and it is a part of the data set that we needed. And we got in the water and there was one manta ray that was just coming in and playing with us, and he came in so close, we're like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to do this manta biopsy. And William swam down with the biopsy gun and then quickly did the biopsy, and it was amazing looking at the way the animal behaved, because it felt it, and it suddenly did like a rolling tumble, which was great because you could see the ventral side, which meant you could do the ID, which was brilliant. And then it went away, but it still hung around, so you could see that the animal clearly wasn't harmed. It was a success. And then me and Andrea took the sample up onto the boat, and I realized that it's much harder to do sterile technique in rough seas with blowing winds than it is in a lab. So that was definitely a learning curve. It took a lot of thinking on the spot, trying to shelter ourselves from the wind and trying to keep everything as sterile as possible. So it was hard, but I think we got there in the end.
Here I have the biopsy samples, and I have 2 for each manta we biopsed. We have a little bit in alcohol, and that's for DNA. And then we have a little bit just in the epi, and we're gonna freeze, and that's gonna be for isotopes. So we can analyze if they're related to other populations of mantas around the Pacific, and also we can analyze where and what they've been feeding on.
If you take biopsy samples, you can do different scientific analysis. You can do stable isotope analysis. You can also do DNA analysis, so you can understand which populations are closely related, which populations are distant, look at how diverse is the population, and also what physical barriers like open ocean currents, islands, distance, determine which populations are separated and which populations belong together and where there's gene flow. And you can take all that information, the tagging, the biopsies, stable isotope analysis, the DNA analysis, and understand what that species does, and then protect it.